Alright, hello citizens of the Nigelverse. It is Nigel here once again, and this is going to be another review. This is actually a movie review this time around. First things first, before we get into this movie, I just want to say it is the month of December, so Merry Christmas season, everyone. Happy holiday season. I hope you all have a nice holiday season this year, and for this channel, we are going to do some Christmas movies as well. Now, this one isn't a Christmas movie, but it is a movie I wanted to check out for a little while. But then I'm going to shift more towards Christmas movies, Christmas-related movies and stuff. So we're going to watch those. But for now, we're actually reviewing Star Wars: The Clone Wars, the movie. From 2008, which, if I'm not mistaken, was then followed by the Star Wars: The Clone Wars TV show. So this was kind of the genesis of that, and then they turned it into a TV show, similar to what they did with Jimmy Neutron, the movie, and then that got turned into a show. As always, I'm not professional movie reviewer, just a man who enjoys a good time, and I definitely had a pretty good time with this movie. Sadly, growing up, Star Wars: The Clone Wars, I knew of it, of course. I knew it existed on Cartoon Network, but I never really followed it. Mostly because, I wasn't really into Star Wars at the time, that much. I actually didn't really get into it until I reviewed Star Wars this year. Didn't really get into Star Wars until I reviewed it this year and watched all the movies and everything. So now that I'm caught up with all the movies and everything, I feel like I definitely can give the show a chance. Especially with them airing the final season, and now the entire season's on. The entire series, I should say, is on Disney Plus, including this movie. So, I guess I came at a pretty good time because now everything's available to watch on Disney Plus in terms of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. So I'm definitely gonna check out the show. For the movie itself, it was pretty good for the most part. It's definitely let's get into it. So, what I liked is the animation style and some of the graphics and stuff. It did look pretty cool. Well, I feel like Star Wars: The Clone Wars definitely had a distinct animation style, at least from what I've seen of it. I feel like it works relatively well, and it looks pretty cool, and a lot of the character models look pretty good for the most part. It does show its age a little bit, but it's not really too bad. It's not enough to put me off of it. But the graphics and stuff do look pretty cool. This takes place during the Clone Wars, so between episodes 2 and 3 of Star Wars. So this is after the events of the Clone Wars, but before Anakin becomes Darth Vader and everything. And so it's that in between period, and they definitely made the character models reflect that. Obi-Wan looks like he did in Episode 3. Anakin looks like he did in Episode 3. But you can tell these are before the events of Episode 3. Anakin now has a Padawan of his own in Ahsoka Tano. A lot of people, one of a lot of people's favorite Star Wars characters, and we see them go on some adventure hijinks and stuff. They have to return the son of Jabba the Hutt, who was kidnapped, and Jabba is all grown up now. He was a kid when we saw him in Episode 1, but now he's an adult and has a son of his own in Episode 3. His kid was stolen, but it's a bit of a race as the Jedi trying to find his son, but we also see the Separatists led by Count Dooku trying to find his son. And Dooku, who turns out is the one who kidnapped him in the first place, and is using Jabba the Hutt as a bargaining chip, pretty much using the trade routes. So the whole point why both want Jabba the Hutt's support is because the trade routes will allow the Jedi and the Separatists to move freely throughout, and thus give them an edge over the other. And Dooku is joined by Ventress as well, and they try to stop the Jedi from returning Jabba the Hutt's son. They even tell him he's dead, And turns out Jabba's uncle Zero is in on it as well. Oh, but the plot is revealed, and now Jabba the Hutt trusts the Jedi. Now, I'm interested to see how that will dissolve, because by the time we get to episode 4, or yes, I know technically episode 4, or the original trilogy came first, but I want to see how Jabba the Hutt now is an enemy of the Jedi, because he's fighting the Jedi and everything in episode 4. I'm guessing it might have something to do with because they're trying to help out Han Solo, and Jabba the Hutt and Han Solo definitely do not like each other. But I'm interested to see how that relationship will then devolve. Not, and I feel like the weird thing about like Star Wars introducing new stuff in canon, such as like the Clone Wars here, like the entire prequel trilogy, is that sometimes it goes against some of the it goes against some of the lore already established, and they now got to correct it to figure out, well, now this is why this happened, and so they got to reset everything. And it's a very delicate dance sometimes to be able to do that sort of thing, but so there's that. Plenty of action and stuff, and I feel like a lot of the animation does work pretty well. They do change up Anakin's character a little bit. Anakin is a bit more reserved and everything. He's not quite as reckless as he is. Now, the recklessness is on Ahsoka, which is a stark contrast to how he was in the movies. But I feel like it's a little more likable here. Or in the prequels, Anakin, he's okay for the most part, but sometimes he is hard to root for because he's so arrogant, he's so reckless. It's like, how's this dude a Jedi again? Which makes sense because they're setting him up for Darth Vader. But here, Anakin's a lot more likable and everything, and he doesn't sound weird or stuff like that. No disrespect, of course, to Hayden Christensen, but yeah. So Anakin, a little more bearable, a little more likable this time around. In terms of what I didn't like, the movie is kind of short, or I wish it was a little bit longer. Some stuff they do kind of have to rush a little bit. But I know that's because the movie is pretty short. It's only about an hour and 40 minutes or so. Minus a little bit of time for the credits and everything. We also don't get an opening text scroll, but it makes sense because we do get like an introduction, so, like a narrator introducing it. And from what I do remember of the Clone Wars TV show, like I said, even though I didn't follow it, I knew of it. From what I remember, that was some of the that was one of the intros that the show had, was was like the opening narration, and there's that. But I feel like the text crawl is kind of iconic to Star Wars, but it's not like this movie really needed it. And some of the character models, while I said a lot of the animation stuff does look really, really good, some of the character models do look a little bit weird and a little bit off. More specifically, I think like Chancellor Palpatine and Count Dooku, those ones look kind of weird, not gonna lie. But it was animation at the time and it's computer generated, so what can you do? But that's gonna do it for this movie. So pretty good movie. I'm glad I was able to catch it. Now I gotta watch the TV show to see how that goes. So we'll probably do reviews of that. Do my first like TV show reviews where I like talk about. I don't know if I want to do it like season by season or if I want to do it like all at once after I finish the show. Oh, let me know in the comments what you guys want to see. Do you want to see me take it season by season, or do you want me to review the whole thing if I do decide to review the TV show? But nevertheless, that's going to do it for this review. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, turn on post notifications so you know every time I upload a video so you can see as soon as it drops. Let me know in the comments, do you agree or disagree with my sentiments? Do you like the Clone Wars movie and TV show? Do you dislike it? Did I do a good job reviewing it? Was there stuff I missed? I'm pretty sure there's stuff I missed. It's just because sometimes some details get a little muddied. But without further ado, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.